All right, so today's topic is BWT transform with example, right? That is BWT stands for Burroughs Wheeler Data Transform. Now we are going to learn an algorithm regarding this particular BWT, and then we are going to solve an example regarding the coding, how we encode a given sequence with the help of BWT, that is Burroughs Wheeler Data Transform. Now let's see, first of all, let's understand what is BWT. The BWT is a data transformation algorithm that restructures data in such a way that the transformed message is more compressible. So the thing is, whatever we are doing in data compression is all about compressing the data. Now here, when we see the technique of BWT, so it helps us in transforming the message into more compressible form. It restructures the data in such a way that it gives us more compressible form of data. Technically, it is a lexicographical reversible permutation of the characters of a string. First of all, let me tell you what is this lexicographic. Lexicographic means writing in order of alphabetical form, that is A to Z, starting from A to Z, and taking these special characters in the beginning, right? That means if we have a space or any special character, that will be taken at the first positions, and then we will start the order of A to Z, that is chronological order. So we are going to consider both the things. One is chronological order and second one is taking the special characters at the beginning, right? Second thing is, it is a reversible permutation. That means it can be easily reversed with less of loss of data, right? So it is a lossless compression. Very important part for this. It is a lossless compression technique, that is BWT. It is first of the three steps to be performed in succession while implementing the BWT compression algorithm that forms the basis of the Unix compression utility, right? So what we are going to do, the main concept regarding this is lexicographical reversible permutation. Moving further, why we need this BWT? Now the question is why. That means we are going to understand what are the advantages and what are the applications regarding this particular BWT transform. The Burroughs-Wheeler transform, this is also known as block sorting compression, right? This is also called as block sorting compression. It rearranges the character strings into runs of similar characters. That means whenever we have identical characters which are coming many a times, then we are going to use this particular transform, that is BWT. It is also called as block sorting compression. More importantly, the transformation is reversible. As I have already told you, this is reversible. Reversible means I'm considering this as a lossless, right? This is lossless. That is why it is reversible in terms of less of data loss without needing to store any additional data except the positioner of the original character. This I'll show you that whatever the output we get in two terms, that is L and I. We will discuss this in the further slides. This is useful for compression since it tends to be easy to compress a string that has runs of repeated characters by techniques such as MTF and RLE. RLE is run length encoding that we have already done, and MTF is move to forward encoding. So this is the compression technique which compresses easily the string which has repeated characters with the help of these two techniques. Further, the most important application of BWT is found in biological sciences where genomes, that is long strings written in A, C, T, G alphabets. Genomes we have already seen in that application of soft computing genetic algorithm part. What are genomes? Don't have many runs, but they do have many repeats. That means the characters are identical and that are recurring many a times. So it is used in the biological sciences application when we compress this data. The benefit of this is that it can make a string more compressible. As I have already told you, it gives more compression to the data other than the algorithms like RLE and Huffman coding. So we can say this particular compression is better than the Huffman coding and the RLE. The remarkable thing about BWT is that this particular transform is reversible with minimal data overhead. Already discussed this. The BWT is thus a free method of improving the efficiency of text algorithms, costing only some extra computation. That means it is considered as a good algorithm which gives us higher efficiency in text compression with minimal cost and less of extra computation. So these are the advantages of BWT. Now let's see how and what are the steps we need to follow regarding the BWT. The steps are mainly we are going to follow 3 steps. We have algorithm, but I have written it in a simpler form. The 3 steps will be, first of all, we are going to form a cyclic rotations of the given text. Whatever the text or the sequence is given to encode, that particular text is to be taken in the form of cyclic rotations. Second step is, then what we are going to do, we are going to sort these rotations in lexicographically order. So I've already told you what is lexicographical. That means we need to first sort the special characters and then the alphabets in chronological order, that is from A to Z. The third step says that we are going to consider the last column as the output of BWT. Now the output will be in 2 terms, 2 parameters. One is termed as L, that is called as the last column, and second one is called as the I, that is the index, right? So now let's see how we encode the sequence. Let's see, we have been given a sequence that is T, H, I, S, B bar. This is B space, I, S, B space, T, H, E. Now in this particular, first of all, we need to understand that what are the special characters and what are the chronological, because we have to form the lexicographical order. So we have to make 2 tables. Firstly, we are going to define a table in which we have from 0 to 10. That means we have 11 rows. Every time in every question, you have to define it in 11 rows that will be starting from 0 to 10. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now what we are going to do here, first of all, we have to write the given sequence as it is at the 0th position. So T, H, I, S, B bar, I, S, B bar, T, H, E, right? This is written as given in the question. Now what we are going to do, we are going to form it in the cyclic order. That means the character that is at the first position will move to the last position in the next step, and then the sequence will follow. So here at the 0th position, T was the first, and here in the first, the last becomes the T, and then we follow the same order, that is H, I, S, B bar, I, S, B bar, T, H, and E, right? Now at the second position, again, this H will move to the last position, and then the same sequence will follow. I, S, B bar, I, S, B bar, T, H, E, and T, right? So this is how we are going to form the cyclic form, because this was the first step. Now again, this I will move to the last position in the 3rd row, and again same sequence will follow. S, B bar, I, S, B bar, T, H, E, T, and H. Now further, S will form the last position in the 4th row, and again the same thing. B bar, I, S, B bar, T, H, E, T, H, and I will be here. Now, moving further, same form of cycle. B bar will become the last position holder in the fifth row. Now, following the same thing, I, S, B bar, T, H, E, T, H, I, and S. And this is how we are going to do it